Here I measured out generally the length I needed. It didn't have to be exact, so I just measured down to the table from where I had that roll of copper. And I'm getting a bunch of them cut up, prepped up, ready to go. Here I'm starting to add threads, 632 threads. I'm using a die, getting it started there. A little bit of 3-in-1 oil. It wasn't perfect, but it works. It wasn't die cutting oil, it's what I had on the shelf, and it works. Started with hand, so I could feel the pressure coming on. It's really tough getting it to start without breaking it over. Try to get 1 or 2 turns around, then back it off just a little, break that chip. Most of the time it was not that critical, not that sensitive. I had a lot of, quite a few. I did have quite a few that didn't want to really take the thread very well, and it was just stripping at the top before it finally catch. After doing 502, I kind of learned the system here a little bit better. Now that I got the 632 brass nut on the bottom, I'll start stacking the pedals. In the Rose build videos, it explains it better, but I stagger the pedals half off each other. I didn't have quite, I had to get a larger drill bit here. This was pretty early on. We made it work. Here's some vice grips that I modified with washers to hold all these down. I'm going to add another 632 nut to the top of that. Now you ended up needing, or excuse me, I ended up needing about 2 inches of thread sticking out. I think of the entire thing. I ended up doing 2 inches through the top of the whole sculpted rose by the time I had most of them prepped up. So I started doing these off of steel bolts. So I found out with the wiggling around the copper vines, they'd end up stress fracturing right at the bottom of the threads. So I did them all on machine screws. And I put it in a coupling nut, an all-thread coupling nut, and to hold on to it while I sculpted them. I came back later. It's all explained in the video later. Here's a montage of one of the giant clip sets of roses I built. Built them 50-60 at a time, if I remember right. You see all the different locations I spent as my entire late spring, summer, and fall sculpting roses. 2 hours each on average for each rose. Down by the river right here at One Earth Community, they were kind enough to open their land up to me. Beautiful place for healing retreats, events, other things. But I would go down there every day and set up for a lot of the summer. Sit right by the beautiful little Miami River and sculpt roses. Right to the right of me here's a life-size mermaid that I built. New videos are going to be posted every week on Wednesdays, 10 a.m.